All right, I think today we're going to go out back and see if we can't fire up that Granada. I haven't fired it up in forever. I don't even know if it'll run, but we'll see if we can get it fired up and moved into the garage. And we're going to look at that transmission fluid leak. I hope I have enough transmission fluid here to get it to move. I don't know. If not, I'll have to pull it or something, but I know it has a transmission fluid leak, and I think it's coming from the dipstick tube, but I'm not sure. So we'll drive back there. Hopefully I got enough to go and pull it in the garage and take a look at her. And of course we'll fire up the old rabbit here to get back there. As you can see, I got the sprayer in the back there, and we did that little field and poisoned it off. Planter later on. It's been way too dry to do anything with it, but once everything's dead, we'll disc it up and plant it and see what happens. And it's forward. I don't want to go forward. I want to go back. There we go. I think this thing needs a new fuel filter. When it gets under load and you get wide open, she kind of sputters. Now it's kind of sputtering now, but let's see if we can fire that Granada up. Been there a while, that's for sure. Well, I suppose first things first, we'll do a quick preliminary bee check. I know there's a bunch in the S10. I was over there a couple weeks ago and they were everywhere, so wouldn't be surprised if there's bees in this thing. Have not touched it in a long time, but I got my my special bee killer there. If we should happen to find some, usually like to hang out in the door jambs, but not seeing any right off the bat. That's a good sign. So we'll pop the hood and see what we can do. I don't know if that's rat crap. Yeah, that's rat crap. Lovely. Well, let's get that hood open and check her out. Well, alright, I got the hood open and checked the fluids, and as soon as I did, I remembered I had a power steering fluid leak and a coolant leak as well. I haven't figured out the coolant leak. I haven't really looked for it. Power steering fluid's coming out of these lines, I think, if I remember right. And one thing I forgot that I did is I came out here and I stole the voltage regulator there and put it on the LTD a while back. So I know I have another one, and I'm going to put it in there. I just got to go into the garage and find it, and then we'll fire it up. Hopefully we'll have enough transmission fluid to get it back to the garage. So I'm going to go grab that and we'll install that real quick and throw a battery in it. We should be on our way. Alright, I got the battery in along with the voltage regulator. Hopefully that's the good one and not the bad one. And let's see if it'll fire up. I haven't primed anything, so I don't know how good the battery is either. We'll see what happens. Looks like it'll fire. Let that fuel bowl fill up a little bit. Well, it definitely ran for a little bit. a feeling the fuel bowl is stuck, or the float is stuck, because I've got gas just about everywhere. So I'm going to grab something to tap it with, and we'll see if that goes away, and I'll let her air out for a little bit, and we'll come back and see if it starts. Alright, well, I seem to have gotten the float unstuck there. That seems to be working good now. And turn the key, and this filter here was leaking. These lines on the outside are leaking a little bit loose, and the filter itself was leaking as well. And you know, that's what happens when you let them dry out completely. Things start to leak when you put gas to them again. So I gotta mop that up, let some of that gas air out. I gotta go get a screwdriver, and then once it's aired out and I think it'll run, we'll give her another shot. Well, I think I've got the majority of the fuel leaks fixed. Still a little bit of drip, but that's alright. I think I got it to the point where I can actually run it for a little bit. Hopefully it's not too flooded. Let's crank it over and see what happens. I like it. I think we're in business. I just got to check that tranny fluid, which is probably low, and see if it'll move. Alright, I didn't go crazy with the tranny fluid. Hopefully it's enough to get it to move, at least to the shop. Hopefully. I don't know if that's neutral or dry. Must be neutral. That one's dry though, I bet. Must not be enough to move it. Reverse. No. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to put some more tranny fluid in it. Alright, I put in every last drop of transmission fluid I have. I don't even feel it trying to. No. That should be neutral. No. Well, looks like I do not have enough transmission fluid to get her to move. No, I'm not going to sit there and rev it too much. Not really good for it, so. Since I have no coolant, I'm not going to let it run anymore. But I'll have to come back out when I get some more transmission fluid. Getting kind of late right now. And it's probably about 80 something, 90 degrees. It's warm. So I'm going to just button her up for tonight. And when I get some more transmission fluid, we'll come back out here, fill that sucker up, and hopefully it'll move. Actually ran really good once I got them fuel leaks fixed, but unfortunately, not going to move today. Well, it kind of bums me out. I kind of wanted to get her up to the shop. At least drive it up to the shop, you know. But it did run surprisingly well for sitting for as long as it has. It had a little over half a tank of gas. That's probably why it was halfway decent gas. But as you can see, it's starting to become buried here. Can't leave her there for too long, otherwise she'll become one with the earth. So hopefully I'll have some time tomorrow to get some transmission fluid and start to work on it. I don't know, I got some stuff to do over the Labor Day weekend, but hopefully I can find some time. Needs a paint job too. I'll have to have my brother do that for practice for his Cadillac.